Hello there, and welcome to my channel, Novice Modelling in a Midlife Crisis. And today we're going to be doing a kit review on my new Airfix 15 CWT truck and 6-pounder gun, which is kit number 08367-4 Series 8. Now, this particular kit was originally produced in 1977 by Airfix. So it's 1 year potentially younger than I am, so you can't really describe it as being new anymore. Kind of aged would be more apt in my opinion, or midlife. Currently on eBay, there's a fair few of these around. It's not exactly what you call rare. You can pick it up for sort of 33 to 40 pound on sort of buy it now or starting price for auctions. And in the past couple of months it's sold for sort of between 25 and 40. I paid £39.99 plus £3 postage for this, so I kind of paid a little bit over the top price. So, silly man. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the instructions. We'll have a quick look at the blurb, which is kind of long. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it really close up, and if you want to read the blurb, there you go. You can just have it on your TV and you can have a good read of it. It will save us a lot of time while we're doing the video. Basically, it's all about the truck, where it come from. These were actually produced in Canada, based on a Chevrolet US, I think, design. And these were shipped all around the world during the Second World War, and were the mainstay sort of truck, I think, certainly in Africa. And were one of the mainstay trucks during the British and Allied Commonwealth invasion of Northern Europe, and no doubt were used in the Southeast Asia theatre as well. So we're going to have a look at the we'll have a look at the instructions first. As you can see, this is nicely yellowed. I kind of like this as well. Are you a member of the Airfix Modelers Club? Blah blah blah. Send off. And now all we do is send an email. And you can put a complaint on there as well. That's pretty cool. So there we go. I'm not going to make a complaint about this because it's probably sending off somewhere else. The instructions are kind of different to what you'd kind of expect, I suppose, because this is old. Look at how yellow that is. That's awesome. Kind of smells like old money as well. So section 1, we're going to be putting parts of the axle and chassis together. So we've got the wheel hubs going on here. Section 3, we're going to start attaching pieces to the chassis. Section 4, we're going to start putting suspension springs on. Section 5, we're going to put our wheel and our drive shafts on. A few other bits and bobs as well. Section 6, we're putting the exhaust system, and we're going to put the thing that makes the wheels turn. The thing that makes the wheels turn. And section 7, we're looking at the fuel tank. Section 8, we're looking at what looks like a step, more on the fuel tank. Section 11, attaching all these parts that we just built to our chassis. Section 12, we're going to focus on the wheels, which are just rigid plastic ones, 2-piece. Section 13, we're attaching our wheels to our chassis. Got our radiator on as well. Section 14, we're starting to look at the interior of the cab, putting all the various seating and levers. Apparently you can have this mounted upwards as well. Maybe, or is that just showing me how to attach it? I think it's just showing me how to attach it, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Section 15, we're looking at the bonnet with lights and side panels, and then we're going to move on to the glazing parts and the windshield. 16, we're looking at small parts going on. 17 and 18, we're going to start putting more parts together. We're going to put a windshield on. 20, don't know. 21 is all about the cab, putting the doors on, putting a spare wheel on the rear. 24 is the load compartment. Looks like there's a couple of seats there as well. And there we go, we get something kind of like that, and it shows us how to firmly attach correctly the storage compartment on the rear. Then on the other side, what we got going on here? Oh, this is the gun. So on 28, we start moving on to the gun barrel of our anti-tank gun, our 6-pounder. And we start putting the trailer together, 32 to 33. Then we put the gun into the gun shield, starting to look like a gun. 34 is more putting the parts together. 41 are the these side parts here that I don't know what they're called, never mind. And then we're going to put the wheels on. And then we move on to what I think is kind of interesting. You've got 3 figures with this, which are standing. And basically they represent different... Oh, yeah, this is what was weird about it. You get 2 sets of legs and you get 3 bodies. So you get like a standard sort of British guy with a beret on. You get a sort of Indian-looking guy from the Indian division. And you get an Aussie guy, but you only get 2 sets of legs. I mean, they could have put another set of legs in there, couldn't they, for God's sake, so you could just have 3 figures. What a bunch of cheapskates. That's basically it. And you get a diagram here to set it up for the 10th Indian Division with our decals. We get the 9th Australian Division 20th Anti-Tank Battalion with its assortment of decals. We get a 21st Tank Brigade Anti-Tank Regiment 1st Company, the British Army. And then we get the 5th Canadian Army Division, 12th Infantry Battalion, 2nd Artillery Company Headquarters, with all their various markings on as well. So this one's obviously sort of got the American star, so it's probably sort of D-Day, I would have thought. So we're on 6 minutes. Let's have a look at the sprue. You can probably see why I didn't bother reading all that blurb out now, because the instructions took it out of me. First one, we've got the exhaust. And we're moving on to the doors, which have some nice rivets on them. You can see the hinges quite clearly. And you can see the inside of the doors are quite nicely detailed as well, which is pretty cool. You can see some sort of little lever here as well. I mean, they're pretty nice, aren't they? It's all right, that. We got the cab roof here with this hatch. It's got a sunroof. I'm sure it's sticking out with the machine gun. We've got some mud guards. We've got some nice grated detail on the interior of the cab. That's where the transmission's going to go. I imagine our seats are going to go somewhere around here. Kind of looks a bit shiny, this piece. We've got some various other parts here, mechanicals, body parts. These look like the seats. Got some sort of detail on them as well. Sorry about the camera. And we have a rather chunky looking steering wheel. Some sort of door or hatch. Looks like some levers, possibly a drive shaft. So that's our first sprue out of the way. Looking at the truck again, so there's the chassis. Got a load of mounting points and various bits of detail. Big nasty chunk of flash there that might be interesting to get off. That's going to be the bumper, or this front bumper here. That'll be our radiator, petrol tank. These are going to be sort of steps for the side, I'm thinking. Don't know what those parts are, nor those. Looks like part of the engine, or part of the mechanicals. Drive shafts, possibly. Inner wheels, suspension. Decent detail. Looks alright, doesn't it? Not bad for nearly 50 years old. I hate saying nearly 50 years old because that makes me nearly 50. Here we have the load bay, and it does appear to have some level of detail on the wooden slats, which appear to have some very sort of minuscule sort of representation of wood grain. There's the open flaps of the canvas cover. It's pretty nice. You can see some sort of buttons there as well. That's the bottom of the storage compartment. Got some storage boxes here. This is the frame, I imagine, for the canvas. So you can have this with or without, I assume. Got a couple of rear seats for the back, which have got quite nice sort of detail on them there. You can see there, Airfix products, 1976, year of my birth. Make me feel old. We've got these seats, which have got, oh, that's pretty cool. They've actually got Dunlop track grip on them. That's pretty cool for that sort of era. You can see a nice level of studs and bolts on the wheels as well. I mean, as per sort of 1970s figures, I mean, I kind of raved about these in the build up to this, you know, but the figures are not great. The sort of detail isn't that great. So here's our two legs, basically. You get two sets of legs with sort of shorts on and thick socks by the look of it. And then you get three bodies. I mean, how dumb? Why can't you just give us another set of legs? I mean, what was that all about? So anyway, we have a British or Canadian, I'm going to guess this guy is. We have our Indian guy with binoculars. And we have an Aussie with his field hat on as well. I forget the actual name of the field hats. We have a bit of stowage, some boxes, some folded sort of canvas stuff as well. So we're doing pretty well, all right. Now we come on to the gun, the 6-pounder anti-tank gun. I'm not going to try and identify a lot of these parts because they're just parts of a gun. So that's the things. There's the barrel. That looks like the part of the wheel mounting. Here we have the gun shield, which has got some nice detail on the front here with some rivets and what have you. There's another part with some detail on it. So that looks quite nice, doesn't it? Kind of looks like the breech, maybe. I'm not sure. And then we go into the wheels, which look a bit weird. Again, we've got a name on the wheel as well, Dunlop again. I mean, that's a nice touch. I mean, to get that so well sort of defined in 1976 is pretty cool. I never noticed that when I opened it previously, but that was about sort of 4 months ago. So yeah, I mean, it's a pretty nice kit. I mean, you can get sort of modern iterations of actually... Back in a second. You can get a modern version of this by a company called IVG, who I believe are Polish. I'm kind of reckoning that's going to be quite a lot better in quality, but I picked that one up after I got this, and like I say, you get an anti-tank gun with this as well, so it's kind of worth having, I suppose. You also get obviously some clear glazed parts for the windshield and the side windows, and we get a decal sheet which is a little bit yellowed for the British Army, Canadian Army, Australian Army and Indian Army, with US Star Flag and British RAF Roundel identification marks for the cab roof. Oh yeah, we also get this, which is the flatbed sort of canvas cover, which has got some detail on it as well. It's obviously got like sort of a little window flap here, and it's got some sort of stitch markings on it as well. So I mean, it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I mean, the plastic is kind of rock hard plastic from the 70s. But I kind of like this. I think it's kind of fun. I kind of like the idea of having multiple sort of figures that you can set it up with. But why the hell you couldn't just put an extra set of legs on there so you could get 3 figures out of it is totally beyond me. I mean, what a wasted opportunity that is. But there we go. 70s, kind of tight era. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going through a couple of my sort of vintagey sort of kits over the next couple of days, which is this German horse, which is kind of hard to get hold of. The Kubelwagen engine maintenance set, which again is pretty hard to get hold of. And the BMW R75, which isn't really that hard to get hold of. There's a few of those knocking around. So, I mean, I paid, like I say, about £43 for this, so I didn't exactly get myself a bargain on this one. But, you know, sometimes that's just the way it goes on eBay. So please do like and subscribe. Please do check out some of our other fascinating vintage and modern kits that we've been reviewing slavishly over the past 7 months. Still haven't really got around to finishing a 135 yet. So, yeah, that's not too great, but we're going to get onto some of these soon when we have the time. Unfortunately, I have to go to work to earn money to buy kits. I'd much rather stay at home and build kits, but the tax man wants my earnings. So thanks for watching, and be seeing you.